Hey guys, and welcome to episode 62 of the Get a Life podcast. I'm sorry that there hasn't been an episode for a long while, but I was sick, and I still am sick, but I'm doing this for you guys. Anyway, I'm going to talk about EUROGAMER Expo and my experiences for EUROGAMER Expo 2013, and why I'm excited for EUROGAMER 2014. So yeah, haha, sorry. EUROGAMER has already taken place, and it was awesome. And you know what? I enjoyed it. It was really fun and enjoyable, and I got to play a lot of unreleased games, including Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Ninja Gaiden Yaiba, and some other games which we really don't care about, because those are the main three games. No, they're not, but you know. Yeah. I recommend that you go and buy your tickets for next year. You know, it's an experience that you'll never regret. Never, ever regret, because it's so awesome. There's free stuff, there's unreleased games like Watch Dogs that are there, but you can't play them because Watch Dogs wasn't playable at EUROGAMER Expo. But okay, we actually got to see a lot of Watch Dogs at the EUROGAMER Expo, and by we, I mean me and my friend Sonic Wave. We went there, and Ubisoft were really nice to us. They let us cut in the queue for the Watch Dogs. They let us actually go in while they were setting up, and we got to see them setting up, and we got to see their dev console that they were working from. Which is actually an NVIDIA PC running like the code, which is really nice. And they were using a PS4 controller, and you can see a lot from Watch Dogs. Although Watch Dogs has been cancelled, and it will have I think a summer release, which is a shame because it was supposed to be released with the PlayStation 4, and it was actually bundled with the PlayStation 4. And you people thinking, what's happening to my pre-orders? What's going on with it? If you made a pre-order for the Watch Dogs game, your pre-order is still valid, so please do not cancel your pre-order. It's still valid, you can still use it, and because that game required a deposit anyway, you'd be wasting your money by cancelling that pre-order, if you see what I mean. Or you can, of course, I think Game do it where you can switch your pre-order. So if you pre-ordered a certain game, you can actually cancel your pre-order and switch it without paying that deposit because you've already paid it. But anyway, yeah. So I just suggest stick with your pre-order. There's nothing wrong with it. Unless you pre-ordered the PS4 bundle with the Watch Dogs, then I suggest maybe switch your pre-order to a different bundle. Or just switch your pre-order to a PS4. Because you're technically still getting the PS4, you're just not getting the game because the game's not coming out. Anyway, and you may be thinking, why is the game not coming out? Why are Ubisoft being jackasses? They're not. They're doing this for a specific reason. And we don't actually know the specific reason, but I can have a guess at it. Watch Dogs, when we got to see it, was very kind of buggy. It was still in some sort of beta developer's code or whatever, and you can tell that there's a lot of work that needs to be done with the game. It's not fully finished. You know, there were certain things that were not fully functioning within the game that we actually saw, like the whole people hacking in to your game and kind of messing it up for you. That's quite cool, but the first attempt when they were showing it to us, it didn't work, and I had to kind of cancel it. Obviously we still stayed in there and we got to see that puppeteering and them kind of working on Watch Dogs and seeing how they do things at Ubisoft. It was really nice at the EUROGAMER Expo. Also, I think the game needs a lot of working on. There's a lot of glitches, a lot of bugs. And we know Ubisoft, they don't like to release a game that's buggy or that's glitchy or whatever. They want to release the best product they possibly can. And if you're thinking about it, if you're the consumer, you wouldn't want a game that sucks and a game that has been overhyped to a certain point and then you play it and it's all buggy. No, you want the best game ever, and I think Watch Dogs is going to be one of the best games. But we just need to wait. We just need to wait until summer. And it's not that long, maybe a couple of months. And yeah, you won't regret it. Because Watch Dogs is really awesome, despite the bugs it currently has. So they have to fix those bugs, and of course we're hoping that they add a couple extras in the game, like some extra things that you can do. But looking at the game, you can do a lot of things already, despite there's all the bugs and whatnot. But you know, you can hack into other people's games, which is very interesting. You can use your profiler to kind of hack into other people's bank accounts, hack into security systems within game, and kind of, you know, take money from people's accounts, or look through someone else's webcam, or do all of these kind of awesome things with, you really can't do them in real life. And you can do them in this game. And there's another thing, it kind of resembles Assassin's Creed in a certain sense, where you have to kind of get those things, those towers. I think in one of those Assassin's Creed games, those Templar towers, you need to burn them, and then you have control over that kind of area. Similar in Watch Dogs, you have to hack a main control unit, and then you'll have access to that area in Chicago, which is quite nice. And it gives you something to go for. And also, there's another thing. With this whole profiler, you're kind of hacking into systems and police systems as well. And the best thing about it is you can actually prevent crimes from happening within game. That's really awesome. You can be this kind of awesome vigilante. And your actions in the game kind of affect how people think of you, how people perceive you. You can either be a thug, this kind of guy that does things so violently, or you can be this kind of vigilante where the police love you and the people love you as well. And it's very evident that this actually occurs. We saw the demo and it was actually happening that, when you stop a criminal and you stop him by peaceful means, maybe crashing his car, like disabling his car, then I forgot what it was called. It's like respect or some sort of thing rises. And people love you. Or if you killed the guy, you still would have stopped the crime, but people would think, oh my god, he's a murderer, and you would be on the news. And even if you're in a gun shop or whatever, and there's a TV, and you see the news, and you've done something bad, the gun shop owner will kind of press a button, alerting the police, and then you'll be on their radar. Another thing is you can actually hack anything within the environment, or most things, bridges, security systems, barriers for rail crossings and stuff. It's amazing what you can do. Another thing within Watch Dogs is that, like I mentioned earlier, people can hack into your game. So if you're playing a game and online someone hacks into your game trying to steal your money, or trying to hack in to find your details or whatever, you can kind of prevent that, stop them, kill them, whatever. Or you can stop them from hacking and let them go, or you can stop them and kill them, or do whatever you want. Because that's Watch Dogs. It's awesome! And I know I'm rambling on, but it's too much awesomeness to describe, and we've seen some things that we're not actually allowed to say, but trust me, it's awesome, and you should really pre-order this game, despite the fact that it's being delayed for whatever reason. And think about it this way, Far Cry 3 was still delayed, and when it came out, it was amazing, and no one really cared about the delay after that. They were like, no, I don't really care, at least the game's awesome. And as consumers and as customers of these game companies, that we should really understand that a retailer has no control over it, firstly, and the actual game developer are doing this for a specific reason. They're not delaying the game because, let's just delay the game and troll some people. No, it doesn't work like that. They're doing that so that they can produce the game and make it awesome and make it better than they originally thought. So bear that in mind, please. Also, within Watch Dogs, there was another thing, it's kind of open world, and it's similar to GTA in the sense that you can just hit and run people and do crazy stuff. Obviously, there's no hookers I don't think there is hookers in this game, but you can hack into cameras as well, and you can play Watch Dogs in very different ways. You can play it very stealthily, or you can go in guns blazing, shoot everyone, and blah blah blah. Especially with the stealth, you can do various things. You can kind of make guards kind of be alerted and deceive them to go to a certain place and place an IED and make that explode. Aiden, I think the character's called Aiden. Well, he is called Aiden. He can actually craft certain items, like from household items, IEDs, weapons, things like that. Of course, you can always buy them. But it's something also that is amazing. Another thing you can do within Watch Dogs is be awesome. The game is really that nice. It was there was something about it that I really forgot. It was really worth mentioning, but I forgot. Anyway, I'll talk about something else until I remember. So another game I got to play was Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. The Z stands for zombie, I think. I'm not sure. I think. So this Yaiba game is about a ninja called Yaiba, obviously, who seeks revenge on Ryu Hayabusa. And, this is all we know regarding the storyline. When more information is released, we will, of course, share it with you. The game itself is not like any Ninja Gaiden game because you aren't playing as the hero, Hayabusa, and you're fighting zombies. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Lollipop Chainsaw because, you got a lot of adult humor, you got the zombies, and it's very kind of cartoony. This game is not to be taken seriously. But you need to laugh and enjoy the game. There's hilarious cutscenes when you're playing the game. I can't really spoil them for you, but they're really good. I think the game will be actually playable at the MCM Expo, so if you're going to MCM, you have a chance to play Yaiba on the PS3 and on the Xbox 360, whichever one you choose. And I think Tecmo will be there, Chin will be there, Marilana will be there, I think Raiden will be there as well as some TK family members. And they will be awesome, and they will do some awesome things over there, so watch out for that. In addition, you can use the zombie as a weapon, throwing them about, or if you're a classic ninja, you can always use your sword or nunchucks. But that's not it. These nunchucks are made out of zombies' arms. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! You can rip off the arms of certain zombies and use their limbs as powerful weapons. But, they don't really last that long. But they're awesome, so yeah. And there is flamethrowers and grenade launcher thingies, and many more weapons you can obtain by killing certain zombies. Yeah, you gotta see to believe it, because I've never seen a game like this, and it's very unique, and very awesome, and very sexy. Yeah, as awesome as this game is, I'm not sure if it will get certain releases around the world, maybe not Germany. It's kind of strict in, Germany is very strict in terms of violent games, and I hope it gets released over there, but without anything be taken out of the game, because normally they take out things like, dismemberment, like limbs being taken off. For me, it seems like unlikely, because if they take out the whole dismemberment out, then you've taken out half the game, and it won't be interesting. But if you guys in Germany want the game, please notify Tecmo Koei and Team Ninja, and they'll try their best to kind of make the game there. And also, hopefully the German classification board rates this game fit for Germany. And if for some reason it doesn't actually get released in Germany, what you can always do, you can always buy a copy from the UK. Or buy a copy from Austria if you want a German copy of the game, for instance. Because I know Tecmo Koei, they're always putting in subtitles in German, in French, and Spanish. So even if you buy the game from the UK, you'll still be able to enjoy it in your language, which is freaking awesome. So say thank you to Tecmo Koei for that, because they're awesome and amazing. So yeah, Yaiba is hopefully coming to the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 during the course of 2014. I'm guessing the beginning of 2014. But hey. Also, another game that's coming out 2014 is Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends. This game has many characters, including Juran. Finally, we were waiting for Juran for how many games? We didn't see Liao Ha. He's not included in this game, unfortunately. And we see Lu Bu's daughter. Yeah, and some other people from Lu Bu's storyline. I don't really know how they can make much of a storyline and actually focus, because I think they're actually going to make a faction from Lu Bu's storyline, which is stupid, in my opinion, because Lu Bu doesn't have much of a storyline. He has GAP and a couple other battles. He's died from GAP, but I don't think it'll be interesting. Of course, there is new characters and whatnot, which is cool. Lu Bu's daughter does have Lu Bu's awesome weapon from Dynasty Warriors 6, which I can't wait to use. Yeah. And there's also a couple of weapon changes, new weapons, DLC weapons are included in there. I think this game's also coming out on the PS4. Well, hey, if you're buying it on the PS4, it will come with Dynasty Warriors 8 already included into the game, which is a boss mode. And the best thing about this game, you can transfer data, because this game is also coming out on the PS Vita. So you can transfer data from your Vita to your PlayStation 3 to your PlayStation 4. Of course, this is also a Japan only release at the moment. We don't know when this is actually going to come out overseas. And there's actually a launch title, I think, for the PlayStation 4 in Japan, because that is coming out in February. And so is the game. We heard that Sony wanted to do a kind of late PS4 release in Japan, mainly because not many developers are kind of developing quickly enough, and not specifically for Japan. Because there's a lot of games that are coming out for the PS4 that kind of aimed at the Western world. You know what I mean? Like driving games. I'm not saying people in Japan don't enjoy those games, but games like Dynasty Warriors, games like Sengoku Basara, all of these games are really popular in Japan. So it would be perfect, if those games came out on launch, which they are, as we see with Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends. Yay! Another thing is, I'm really disappointed that Liao Hua is not in the game, but really it doesn't really make a difference. Yeah. Also, another Tecmo Koei release that has already been out is Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. It's actually called Muso Orochi 2 Ultimate in Japan. It's a really nice game. The weapon changes actually haven't been included, but there are some characters from other games as well. I think there's some Soul Calibur characters, which is odd, but Also, Momiji's in this game, Rachel, Kasumi. So we see all these other characters. We also see a second special attack included. I think it's a jumping special. The R1 attack. And we don't see weapon changes in this game. So all weapon changes from Dynasty Warriors 7 Extreme Legends will be there, but not from Dynasty Warriors 8 and not from Dynasty Warriors 7 Empires. Of course, we do see Sushu in the game, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it's Sushu. This game is also coming out on the PlayStation Vita, and it's actually already out in Japan on the PlayStation Vita and the PS3. Of course, there is a crossplay, which is something I really do enjoy. It's uber awesome. So also there's new game modes, which I don't actually understand, because when I'm looking at the trailer, I don't understand Japanese and there is no subtitles, so I really don't understand what these new game modes are. But there are some returning game modes from Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper, like this kind of duel mode. And I've seen this duel mode, they've kind of improved it and added new stages for this duel mode. It's not only like Warriors Orochi stages, they've even put a DOA stage in this duel mode, which is really nice. Because obviously Kasumi is coming from DOA 5, and they're using her DOA 5 character model, which is odd because they're not using Ayane's character model from DOA 5. I don't know why. They should do. Of course, Hayabusa is a boss in this game. Just saying. Yeah. He's awesome. Hayabusa. Yeah. But yeah. And there's loads of other characters appearing in this game. Characters from other ports of the game. The PSP version. And of course the Wii U version will be in this game. Like Rachel. Like the other guy with the fox on his shoulder. Yeah. There's also a new storyline in this game, which is kinda cool. And of course there is Halloween DLC for this game. I think Wang Yuanji and a couple of the characters get this Halloween DLC. Of course Wang Yuanji's she always gets the DLCs. Like, come on. You need more love for the other characters, Maybe I don't know. I really don't know who these. I'll let you guys decide. Which other characters would you want to see like some sort of special DLC for? Although we don't get it in the UK. It's only Japan exclusive. Okay, I see how it is, Japan. I see how it is. Speaking of Muso Orochi 2 Ultimate, DOA has some amazing Muso Orochi 2 Ultimate DLC. With Ayane dressed up as Wang Yuanji. With Kasumi dressed up as Gracia, I think. And with Momiji dressed up as Zhang Zhang, which is awesome. I really would have hoped to see Hayabusa dressed up as Zhao Yun. Of course we don't, I want to say that, but it's unfair that we don't. I'm hoping these DLCs come overseas as well. I'm not sure if they will, but if they do, that is uber awesome. The awesome sexy. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Also, at EUROGAMER EXPO, because I know I'm drifting off and I'm not talking about EUROGAMER EXPO and I'm just talking about Tecmo Koei Europe and awesome stuff. At EUROGAMER EXPO, we also got to meet Chin from Tecmo Koei Europe. He's an awesome guy. And yeah, it's really cool. We also got to meet Davide, nice guy as well. Really interesting people to talk to, and I think you should guys. That sounds like some cool game, like a samurai game. You should guys. Oh my god, it sounds awesome. We should make that into a game, guys. Kickstarter, yeah! No, seriously. If you guys want to follow Chin on Twitter, it's @InspinitChin. If you want to follow Davide, it's @Colo, I think. I'll put the links in the description so you guys can follow them. Also, we met Raiden for the second time. It was really awesome. He doesn't, he gets more awesome every time we meet him. He's like, oh yeah, I'm Raiden. I think this time he had an awesome beard going on. Really nice. He was wearing his Hitomi hoodie. And, yeah. Raiden is completely awesome. Just saying. That brings me to another point. We are gamers. Go subscribe to our podcast, view it, and do all of that awesome stuff. Follow them on Twitter, and also follow them on Tumblr, because they do amazing reviews, which is awesome. I think Raiden does some, Lawrence does, everyone does some. Lawrence does some, I think Michelle does some, Justin does some, so it's awesome. They also do gameplays as well. I think Justin was doing some gameplays. And yeah, Dragon's Crown, they're doing some gameplays on that, which is very interesting. Yeah, so you guys should go check them out because they're awesome. And they are essentially like the Get Life Podcast's brothers. Yeah, we've always been with them, and they're really nice people. Going back to EUROGAMER Expo, drifting off a lot. There's a lot of kind of new titles for the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. One of them being Sonic Lost World, which is simply amazing. To me, it feels like Super Mario Galaxy, which is really awesome. I can't complain about that. And it's kind of ironic that Sega and Nintendo used to be rivals a long time ago. And now Sega are making games exclusive for Nintendo. Who knew? Like Bayonetta 2 and of course Sonic Lost World. And Mario Kart 8 looks amazing, as well as Wind Waker HD. And if you are a Zelda fan, you'll love this classic HD remake. But word of warning, the game is stupidly overpriced on the Nintendo eShop, so we recommend that you buy a physical copy. Yeah. Speaking of HD remakes, the new Final Fantasy remake looks awesome! But I think that, it's not as awesome as Lightning Returns. Come on. Lightning Returns has the gameplay system that most Final Fantasy fans will enjoy. Gameplay is less complicated compared to previous games, and the winning poses are quite sexy. Just saying. And you can block attacks in this game. Yay! Finally, they actually have a block button in this game, which is really nice. And speaking to Raiden about this game, he was saying that this should have came first, this game, and they should have made the rest of them like this. And he has a point, I think the fans of Final Fantasy will enjoy Lightning Returns, and I think I will purchase this game. And there is pre-order DLC where you can get the Cloud costume and the old fanfare. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's actually my ringtone. If you don't believe it, I'll actually show it to you now. Let's just get up in sounds and go to ringtone and put it on. That's my ringtone. Quite awesome. Yeah, the ringtone's longer than that, so yeah. It's quite awesome. That's one of my ringtones. I also have the Game Over ringtone. That one's taken from Final Fantasy 3, a game I really do enjoy. I actually played that in Japanese on the 8-bit Rage Quit, and it was hilarious, because I couldn't understand what was going on. And there was a translated version on an emulator, and I was like, cool. But I played that Japanese, and it was extremely boss. I loved it. Yeah! Yeah, I'm kind of drifting on. So, what else are we going to talk about? I don't want to talk about EuroGamer Expo anymore because it's awesome and you guys should buy tickets now. And yeah, there was a lot of free stuff at EUROGAMER EXPO. We also got to meet some amazing people from game. Kieran being one of them. He's awesome. And apparently he was actually the store manager. I think I recognized him from somewhere, but I didn't know where. And apparently he was the store manager of my local game store before it shut down. And I was like, oh, that's where I recognize it from. And he's a really nice guy. And he's awesome. So if you should follow him on Twitter, you can do. He's extremely boss. And we didn't get to see Aaron this year, which is unfortunate, because we really did want to meet him. And he's amazing. And we didn't get to meet him because the day we were there, Aaron wasn't there. I was like, oh, we didn't get to meet Aaron. But I digress. But we got to meet loads of other people. There was also a DOA tournament and some like kind of DOA games. Not DOA games, but there was some kind of fighting thing. I actually entered this kind of tournament. It was like a friendly tournament. There was prizes as well though. And I won. I actually won a boob mouse pad. The mouse pad. Yeah. It was quite nice. It's a Kasumi one. And it's kind of weird because you touch the boobs and it actually feels like real boobs. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm touching my man tits right now, and they feel so real. They feel like those Kasumi boobs. And I'm saying stuff, and I'm kind of going to regret what I'm saying. Talking about my man tits. My hairy man tits. No, I'm going into too much detail, but yeah. You'd be like, Bish, you got man tits. No? Who told you that? No, I'm joking, but yeah. They do feel real. And it's kind of weird. Because I was told that they're very comfortable, but I have a laptop, so I don't have a need for a mouse pad or mouse mat. But yeah, it's there for boobs, just in case. Sometimes, when you want to touch a boob, you could just touch that. Apparently it's very relaxing for the wrist as well. When you're playing games. This is so weird. I'm talking about tits. That aren't even. Really don't know. Apparently there's other ones that you can actually buy, which is interesting. I'll probably buy some. And apparently they are worth £40 each, and I can see why loads of people want them. But it's really nice, and I worked hard for those tits. I really did. I won myself a pair of tits. I don't know how wrong that sounds. I actually won the DOA tournament. It was a small tournament, not the tits. No, but seriously. I won the tournament with Ayane, which is really nice. Some person, I thought he was a pro, he was using a fighting stick, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to lose! And he lost, which was legit for me, I'll say. But it was still GG. Enjoyed it. I think I went in the second time. I got to play against Hurricane Rev, who is the owner of Rev It Up project, which is an amazing project about gaming, and they do interviews and uber sexy stuff, which is really nice. He's also a really nice guy, and he's a complete pro at DOA. Like, I played him in this kind of second thing, which was called Beat the Pro or something like that. And I didn't last a round. Like, there was 3 rounds. He beat me all 3 rounds, and yeah, I lost. But it was amazing because I wasn't really blocking or anything. I'm just he's too good at DOA, and I can see why he's a pro. GG. That's all I have to say. Anyway, what else am I gonna say? I'm just, cause it's coming out of my head, like brain farts, and I just forget everything. But it's okay. It's really okay. So, what is going on with you guys? What do you guys think of the podcast? And what do you think of Get Life Podcast Germany? Because that's awesome, don't you think? And many people will be like, oh, Toby has a sexy voice. And I'm like, okay, cool. I see how it is. People don't think Bish has a sexy voice? Come on. So we're gonna let you guys decide. Who has a sexy voice? Me and my British accent? Or Toby and his German accent? Yeah. I sound sick, so please, don't use this episode as an example of sexy voices. Unless you like sick, like people with a cold, and man flu, man crisps, McCoys. And you'll be like, oh, Bish, are you really just putting out ads? No, they're not ads. I'm just looking at this. I'm in my room recording, and there's a McCoy's box, and I'm staring at it, and there's no McCoy's inside of it. I don't know why I have a McCoy's box in my room. I think it's salted. Yeah, ready salted. Yeah, apparently this box would have held 36 packets of crisps. You know those ones that you find in shops? Those corner shops, yeah. Nice. And the thing is, I don't know why, I don't even eat McCoys. This is odd. This is really... I don't know how a box of McCoys went inside my room. Yeah, that's really weird. Well, do you know what else is really weird? Nothing. Anyway, let's talk about other stuff. So yeah, Dynasty Warriors 8 Japanese voice DLC came out. It's really nice. Now we can finally hear the conversations going on in ambition mode and the narrator. I don't know why they didn't include that in terms of the English voices. They didn't put the narrator's voice in there because he was a boss. But yeah, you really can't complain about that. But yeah, Japanese voices are really nice. Some characters I really don't think suit their voices. I really do prefer English voices for certain characters. Yeah. So yeah, this is just kind of an update to keep you guys updated. About the GALP podcast and what we're doing and EUROGAMER EXPO and all of that stuff. There will be more episodes soon. I apologize for not doing an episode in a while. About a month I didn't do it. Actually, no, 2 months I didn't do an episode, which is appalling. I apologize. Hopefully there will be a Halloween episode and another Christmas episode this year. Hopefully we'll have a special guest for the Christmas episode, Raiden. I really hope we get Raiden on. Because last year we had Raiden on for the Christmas episode, but that episode never aired. Which is really bad. You know, I really wanted that episode to air, but it didn't air. But now it's aired, which is odd. So you can actually view it now on the iTunes and on... no, you can't view it on Stitcher. That's another thing. We put the podcast on Stitcher. You know what that means? That means if you have an Android device or a Kindle Fire or even an iPhone, you can download this app called Stitcher, make a free account, and view the Get Live podcast there. Which is awesome. No ads, nothing. It's really amazing. Really, really amazing. So now, Android users can listen to the podcast. Of course, old episodes of the podcast weren't there. It's something we're trying to resolve, but every new episode will be there on the podcast. Even if we upload like 5 million, they'll be there on the podcast. On Stitcher. Of course, every episode is available on iTunes. So every old episode. You know, I think the KG Tang episode is available on Stitcher, and you know, the most recent episodes, I think, from last year are still there. So yeah. Get a Life podcast, awesome. 3rd birthday, forgot to mention that. The Get a Life podcast is 3 years old in 9 days, which is uber awesome. Yeah. Sorry, I just paused to cough because I'm sick. And I got my green tea, my peach green tea, which it tastes nice, but yeah, I'm sorry about this. I have to cut this episode short because I'm coughing all over the place. Obviously, you can't hear that because I edited that out and I kind of paused the recording before I cough and whatnot. Yeah. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. When I get better, I'll do more episodes for you guys to enjoy. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Remember, the car just beeped outside. I was like, I don't know your car. Get out of here. Yeah. So remember, if you guys want to check out Get Live Podcast on Stitcher, you can. And if you want to check it out on iTunes, you can as well. So, there's no excuse now. So yeah, if you guys are on Android, Stitcher, and if you guys are on iOS devices and Macs and whatnot, the other one, iTunes. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I will do more soon. Goodbye, tits.
This is Chie Tanaka, and you've been listening to Get a Life Podcast. I hope that means you got a life. Besides, you gotta eat more meat!